Hey everyone, how's it going? Alright, time to keep going with the last case. We're on day 3, okay. Trial former, okay, so with that we already know that there's gonna be a latter part for this day. Well, that kinda gives it away, but okay. Uh, let's act like we're surprised, okay. Yep. Alright, we're in the, oh boy. I don't remember a lot from the top of my head right now, but hopefully I can get in the zone in a bit. February 24th, and the lobby number 4? I didn't read. Okay. So, what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. I'm trying to remember what happened last time. Why am I blanking so hard today? You were surprised with something. Yes. Let me see if. Oh right, this thing. Oh, yes. Now I'm remembering. So we figured out Marshall's fingerprints were on the bloody print there in the room, the thing, the murder scene, right? I remember that. But I think, yeah, I'm still betting on the chief of police to be maybe the killer. I don't know, but he's suspicious. I don't trust that guy. But yeah, I don't know if Marshall has to. Well, he might have to deal with something, but I don't think he's the murderer. I don't know. Oh my god, right. You have so many evidence now. Oh boy. This shit with blood on it. Okay. That's the Marshall's fingerprint, yep. Holy crap, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff to work on. This is gonna be terrible. Okay. I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. Probably not as confused as I am, but after all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. Alright, that happened too. Yes, now I'm starting to remember all these things. Yeah. So what was his name? Goodman was killed both at the police station and the prosecution office parking lot. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm liking that they're doing a little recap because I'm a bit lost. Okay. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Yeah, right. Yeah, so what was her? Oh, Lana, right. She's right in front of me. I was trying to remember her name. Wait, wasn't Lana in prison? Why is she here? Oh, because she's accused. Never mind. Oh my god. Why am I slow today? Okay. Yeah, Lana and the other dude, the weird police guy, right? That was the guy that was arrested for the other murder of the same guy? Yeah, I think. Yeah. Lana. Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished actually. I'm used to all-nighters though. So how'd it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I feared as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, He wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. The truth? But Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Sky. Huh? We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Bloodstained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall. Boy, okay. You have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? Do I have to do, Mr. Wright? Okay. Alright. Alright. February 24, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 9. I just noticed that all the what are they called? The jury guys kind of look all the same, but yeah. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is thinking meme or what? I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. Takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Bruh, we didn't start yet. Takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Okay. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. Yes. But that's not physically possible, is it? Bruh. Okay, we're already in it. What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now, that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait? Okay. Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. Oh no. It's sir, the suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? What was his face name? I don't remember. Oh boy, things are getting wild from the get-go. That dude. Hexagon face. What was his name? I forgot. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I am Officer Mike Meekings. Mike Meekings. Sir, my occupation is that would be murder, sir. that is not an occupation. Well, so you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. Actually, well, sir, I'm gonna call part of the younger generation, sir. Okay. What? A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Okay. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Oh no. No, everyone's talking like that. Officer Meekings. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. Okay. You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. Okay. Crime report, sir. Okay. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life, then I did it. After that I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. Okay. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Do unto the others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Upside the head. You say it like that? Okay. I never heard that expression. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. Okay. Crime report, sir. As pressed like always. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. Press. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes, now there's a scary thought. Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger outside? Okay. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir, the lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives, sir. That thing. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transfer process. Okay, now I'm having second thoughts. I think that might be the killer, that thing. Okay. That was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transfer process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. Okay. I see. Sounds like a very important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I recollected the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room? Tell us, what did you see when you got there? Spotted a suspicious man on security screen and rushed into the room. Perez. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card. Am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? There it is. I found it. It's the last one, right? This is the one right here. Would you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 4989596. That's my number, sir. Let me see that again. 596. Yeah. Wait. That's twice there. Enter earlier. Alright, Edgeworth was there too, I forgot. There's a 777 at 420. It's quite a mystery. Okay. And the screen's wide as fuck. Okay. I'm becoming blind just by looking at it. Okay. Okay, so you were there 2 times? I see, huh? But the number 49996 is shown as being used twice. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see, so it was during that second time when... Yes sir, that was when I spotted the man on the security screen. Okay, so IDs of all who entered the evidence room on 221. Okay. Data added, okay. I was only doing what I was trying to do. Okay. I was suddenly attacked. Okay, let's press on that. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife. Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you? What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You're not exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hands wouldn't be... When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed a man by his collar. I fought for my life. Then I did it. You did what? What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into Kung Fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. See. He must have been this desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood. And then... What, your blood? Then the next thing I knew... Yes? He punched me right in my face, sir. After that I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. Didn't really say you killed him. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir, the Blue Badger, sir. Okay. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. Oh my god, this dude. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor, only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins. With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. The VHS? Okay. You can tell how old this game by that. This game is by that thing. Okay. Chief Can delivered it to me just this morning, sir. Chief Can? The chief? Delivered it? What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir, that's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. You can see it's footage from the security camera in the evidence room. What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake, you think? I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us a video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. A video of a real murder, just what are we getting ourselves into? Okay, let's see it. 21, 17, 14, okay. A creepy thing. That's good, man. Wow, this is actually all animated. Oh. Oh. And it's gonna be done there. 17, 15. Yup. Well, Goodman is gone. What does he have in his arm? Was that the jar? Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with this unsettling feeling stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Oh, that's what they're going on about. Okay. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Video from the security camera plays in the evidence room. Yes, well, anyway, this tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room, and some sort of activity did take. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir, as you wish, sir. Mystery man. Okay, another cross-examination. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened a locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. I mean, if they cut a finger, or they have their digital pattern, their digit pattern somehow, yes, it can be. What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. Okay, a bit of a clue there. Contradictions. Mystery man. His face can't be clearly seen in the video. Bryce. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe it would be classified as the latter. Not seen? The latter, but you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see? Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I'd bet my badge on it. But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen it. Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or... oh my god. Begins. Haven't been shown a questionable video at best. We are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claim the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you're positive it was him. Because of the thing. He opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. About these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir, I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to register fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he's tried. Wait a minute. Does really no one else? Does maybe the chief can open them? Can he? I don't know. Wonder what kind of methods he's tried. If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir, and this too. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. Unquestionably? I'm gonna question it. How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir. People in the know? The work is in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. You what? For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. That's what we think. Okay, so it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. Are you sure about that? However, the most important detail is not shown in this video, the man's face. Sir, if I may say something, sir. Please do, after all you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Okay? Is there a problem with the security video? It's time to save. Okay. I kinda wanted to save this episode 4-1 because I kinda wanted to go back to the end of that to change that little thing with Maya. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Is there a problem with the security video? see it again? Yes, I can. Okay. Student 1, 1430. It's like a spot a difference or something. Oh, I saw a glove falling. Okay, I didn't notice that before. Okay. What's the megaphone the thing he's holding? Okay. Wait. Oh, I saw that when the video restarted, the cloth thingy wasn't there in the beginning, and at the end it was there. Wait, when was it there? No, it wasn't there then. After the whole thing, it was there. Okay. The glove fall there? Fail? Or did Mickens put that there? Let me see. No, it's not there yet. Wait. Is that Marshall then? Oh, I just noticed that the flag on the badger is the one that covers his face. I just noticed that. I'm sorry, I told you I'm a bit slow. Okay. And then boom, there's the cloth thing there that we found. And that's where the fingerprint was. This fingerprint. So was that Marshall instead of Goodman? That could have been Marshall. Okay. This glove fell. Okay, there's a problem. Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such contradiction? It must be that thing that I said, right? Because there was a thing on the other locker. Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Wright? I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. He would want me to point it out. Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Okay. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. Hold on, give me just a second. Alright, I just had a phone call, don't worry about it. Okay, Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction. We have to mark it during the video? Okay, I have to point out a problem in the video? This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. it's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. Okay. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may not be Dr. Goodman? Okay. So we can fast forward, pause. Okay. Alright. There's no time lost there, right? Hold on. Okay. Hold on. There's blood there. I was checking that. They cut him there. Then you have blood there. Okay. I'm trying to see all the details. The thing wasn't there yet. Now he's knocked down there. And boom. This thing right here. Let's do it. Wait, do I have that on my... No. Oh. Wait, that was the actual game for me. Hold on. My game just disappeared. That was not part of the game. Give me a second. I'll see if I can recover it. Alright, we're back. So yeah, like I told you, the PS4 just turned off suddenly. First off, I thought it was part of the game because we were checking the video thing, so I don't know. But yeah, apparently not. I don't know if there's something wrong with the power cord of the PS4 or directly the PS4. I'm not sure. Actually, before that, like a minute before that, my light kind of flicked, but I thought it was the light. But maybe it's something with the energy, the power that's going a bit weird. I don't know, for some reason. But yeah, hopefully it's just that, because I'll be worried if it's the PS4. Well, PS5 is around the corner, so if I have trouble with PS4, I guess I'll just wait for that. But yeah, yeah, let's hope that it doesn't happen again. And we're back here because this is the last save spot. Thank God I saved, because we would have to go through all the day if I wouldn't. Okay. Anyway, all right, let's keep going. There was a problem. Yes. Let's keep through all this until we reach the video review thing. Okay. Yeah, a lot of talking. There we go. Yeah, let's just fast forward. Yes. Glove fell. Okay. I hope this is the thing. Pause. Okay. And this is it. Press on it. There we go. The screen went black for a second and I thought it was the power again. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Yes, that is strange. Something certainly seems unnatural about that. What could it mean? Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Wright. But you seem to have forgotten the point of this exercise. The point? What you're looking for is one thing and one thing only. Something that indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman. What do you mean there was something in another locker? So he opened it, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I almost walked right into the defense trap. I'll place him under arrest, sir. Rats, I need to slow down and tackle these things one piece at a time. Now, what do I do? Oh boy. What I'm gonna do is save. That's for sure. Okay. I'm gonna save right here. Okay. There we go. Play video again. Return to cross-examination. What was the glove for? Tagged evidence from the SL9 incident. Extremely thin rubber glove. Okay. What else can I point out? That he's not Goodman. Let's play it again. I don't know. Very well, let's try this again. Just remember one thing, Mr. Wright. Every time you point your finger at someone gets hurt. Just the one pointing his finger at us. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Yeah, I know. So play too many times. Blah. Okay. Okay. But he isn't Goodman. Okay, let's pause. Oh, I can go frame by frame. Okay. There's something that indicates that here? No. Okay. The glove fail. Hold on. Go frame by frame here. Fucking flag, man. Okay. Nope. Can't see the face. Okay. Alright. Alright. Okay. The knife. Hold on. Knife. Oh my god, this music. On the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler. No. Murder weapon, usually natural toolbox, traces of victim's blood. I don't know if I see anything. Hmm. Um. hmm, 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 hmm. Okay. Did the thing always had its hand up? Or did it break? Oh no, it did have the left hand up and down sometimes. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I just saw that thing and the glove falling, and that's it. Let me see when he opens it. Um. Okay. Oh wait. I want to see something. Hold up. Gonna unpause, rewind. Ah, there it is. It's already open. It's light up. It's lit. Oh, it starts there. Okay. I didn't notice that. There we go. It's already open. See, it's lit. The light is lit. Oh. Got him there. Okay. I think. Hopefully. Let's do it. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer making... do you mean, sir? There we go. As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint if it's a match. God, that sound. When the light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. Oh, I'm gonna have nightmares with this song and that thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, it was already open. Let's rewind to a little earlier. Oh my god. Okay. We made the point. Is it necessary? Okay. I swear that thing is staring at my soul. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. It's lit, bruh. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Okay. Order, what's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker was unlocked on the day of the crime. What do you want? But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Apparently not. Maybe it was a little bit open? I don't know. Oh, I know. You must have broken down. Of course I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouth shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes, why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Maybe something like jam the system sensor. Something jam the sensor, say... Oh, wait. I get it, there was a glob that fell. The glob was in the way, so that way, yeah, it wouldn't close properly. Got it. Okay. Out of place in the video. Yes. I'm gonna save just in case, but I think I know what to do next. Let's save here. All right. Yup. Yeah, I thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage. Yeah, I saw like 20. No, just noticed 2. But yeah. Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker was unlocked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this. Yeah, got it. This is fast forward to that. Boom. There it is. There it is. Right here. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Hehe, got him. Yup. Yep. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are open. I often fall out and roll great distances when what? We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers a lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Huh. Inserted? Yeah, inserted. Okay, at least the creepy music ain't playing now. Okay. Yep. There it goes again. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Big brain. Okay. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie... It was interrupting. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. Oh, gloves do that, right? It would need to be an insulator. How do you say it? Sure. Isn't a glove that? Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene. There just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator you don't... I think I finally got this figured out. Nobody cares about what McKinsey's saying. It just goes... I'm not skipping his words, by the way. It just goes on automatically. I think I've finally got this figured out. Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door? It's the glove, my man. Tagged evidence, rubber glove. See, it's rubber. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's an insulator, right? Rubber? I think so. Okay. I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. Yeah, that's what they were transferring that day. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Mickens? Sir, it would appear so, sir. Okay. Order. So, are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Oh, do not be misled, Your Honor. Oh, I'm gonna throw Marshall under the bus for sure in a bit, I think. Hold on, give me a second. Alright. Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Nani? Officer Mickens, please testify about this. Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. What? Is this a joke? Very well, begin your testimony. Okay. Mr. Man 2. Okay. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. Anyone can have an ID card. It's not like a fingerprint. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Yeah, he could have been in a different part, like in the parking lot in prosecution. Well, someone else had the ID card. That doesn't say anything. An ID card record. I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. Okay. The ID used at 514 is that of the victim. Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? I thought it was just for that case. Okay. It's several cases, yes, that makes sense. Or 20 though, okay. This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. Okay, he has spiky hair anyway. Okay, there were only a few cases up for transfer there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. Okay. Alright. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. His press on everything. So unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give the B for victory sign, sir. Couldn't he just use his right hand for that? No, he uses the megaphone with that one apparently. Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second. Okay. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. Is that card hanging from your neck one of these ID cards? Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuff, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Does your thing also get stuck, your card? Well, the remaining time is my ID card that gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me. Okay, maybe I should just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Please proceed with your testimony. Or maybe the chief has another copy? No? Okay, maybe not. When an ID card is used, I just want to throw Gant under the bus for some reason. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. Yeah. No. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to. Let me see. Yes, that would be it. Detective Goodman. Why the music stop? Why the music stop? What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. Oh, we're throwing him under the bus too. Okay. So it is, Your Honor. Well, he was in a online case, so I think it makes sense. Hey, maybe he's behind all this. Being a prosecutor, he could hide a detective. Mommy, is that man? Don't stare at him. I wasn't reading. You got the wrong color. What? It would seem the inquiry committee will want to inquiry. I still kind of don't know how to say that. Inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today. I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, it must be so difficult for him. Okay, Emma. Stop simping for a second, please. Okay. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Earlier, I believe, you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Oh, that's right. Yes, sir, he didn't show me any ID card, so how do you know he used the ID? Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. That's a good point. Maybe he just panicked. You panic and just stab someone? Come on. Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. What? Problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edward to miss something like this. Or to miss something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, show them what we got. I'm not sure. What do we have? What do we have? Should we just throw the Marshall's fingerprint somewhere? I'm not sure. There's one other thing. The man was Detective Goodman. One must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. Time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Time of the crime. When was the time of the crime again? Found at prosecutor's office. This thing was found at the prosecutor's office. Well, it doesn't tell me when. Time of the crime, it was 1712. This was at 1714. Okay, so yeah, around 1715. Yeah, okay. Huh. Oh boy, I'm gonna get stuck again here. Okay. Piece back together, fragments found at the crime scene. I didn't see that, right? Breaking on the video? Okay. Wait, let me take it a little bit of it. Can I fast forward? No. Okay. Just want to see if I can see the jar somewhere. No. Nope, it's not there. Okay. Okay. I guess I'm saving. But yeah, I think I'm gonna use the card because it says it was found on the other place. No. Okay. One other thing. One must use your ID. When an ID is used. Detective had used his card. Let's discard some stuff, I guess. It's not any of this stuff. What is this? Have written document they can only... I forgot, what is this? Oh, lost item. Oh, maybe he... he lost the ID card. I just can't get that. Oh, that's why he couldn't put the number too, because he forgot the number. He had it in his ID card. Okay, I didn't notice that until now. Okay. What is this? Oh, the plants. Okay. So it's either this or something with the card. I guess at the time of the crime that we had used his card. Present? Oh, yes, music stopped. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not gonna wait, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. The other crime scene. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Or maybe it would have worked with any of them, maybe then? I don't know. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report? It's only half completed. but it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order. So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was Marshall. It was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Got him. Order. Does the prosecutor have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Wait. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo? Allow me to summarize the defense argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins' encounter was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes, what's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in the video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. Yeah. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. We already knew that. That is, well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. But you're changing the subject. This isn't going to end well. Oh, no. He's doing the thinking meme. Well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place. At the police department, it didn't take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The murder being Miss Lana Sky, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness. Observe the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Well, give me just a second. Hey Emma, how's it going? How you been? Lurk while you play a board game. Nice. Okay. What board game you playing? Okay. Okay. Mickey's is just leaning there. Okay. Been okay? Nice, got to hear that. I've been good. Yeah. Yeah. It's been fine. We've just been lawing. Okay. Yeah, trying this last case. Okay, so far it's been alright. Not many troubles. Weirdly enough. Okay. But yeah. It's called Splendor. Kind of a buying card with tokens type of game. Okay. Okay. Sounds interesting. Never heard of it, but yeah, sounds fun. Well, I hope you're winning. Okay. I knew the testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim? Officer Meekins' encounter? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana... Oh boy. What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Oh boy. Object, wait and see what happens. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna object, but just in case I'm gonna save. Because objecting is the way in this game. Okay. Object. One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. Are we throwing now Marshall under the bus? Maybe. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Yep. That's true. Okay. Okay. Slam. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, a large amount of blood traces were found in the evidence room. Oh. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Oh, Marshall, here we go. Mr. Wright, do you mean... Who else? Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh. Whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well. Then, Mr. Wright, this person whom you would have testified. What is his or her name? Oh, I have to... Yep. Okay, Jake Marshall. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. Prosecution agrees to the defense request. You fell right in my trap, Edgeworth. Okay. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Are you sure about that? Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is... Okay. Will the prosecutor subpoena this? This is a pin, and I just skip through that word. Will the prosecutor please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. Okay. February 24. Defendant lobby number 2. What's up, Lana? There's no stopping you. Is there Mr. Wright? Ah, what do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. Seems you figured everything out. I haven't figured anything out. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? I hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. And no, don't worry. Nothing, no sister issue here. Oh, I guess I am. I'll come back later. Okay, bye, Gumshoe. Wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it? You've got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, detective. You better be, pal. You better be. Hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor's guy. What was that? That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh, she called him here. Oh no! Oh! You mean this, right? What is that? Okay. My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. Wow, use my name? What the hell? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident? Well, Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Oh, now I have to start the whole SL9 thing? Oh boy. Here, you might do well to read them. I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case. I forgot what happened in SL9. I don't know, but Edgeworth was involved. Okay, this guy was a witness? Files for the Joe Dark killings sold 2 years ago. Oh right, someone was killing the... Oh right, I can't remember now. Because they put like false evidence to accuse someone, and then he got the death sentence, and then people that worked in that case were disappearing, right? Okay. Files for the Joe Dark killings sold 2 years ago. Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma? But why? Why is your name in here? Wait, Emma's name is there? What? What? My name is not in there? I don't know unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident. Is that? Is that what? That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. The Joe Dark? No, Lana. Oh boy, what's happening? That's over with. No. Oh, she fainted. Emma, wait. Oh, she ran away. I thought she fainted. You know what? I just remember I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Gann, Miles Edgeworth. Okay, all the same people. Coincidence? I don't think so. Not to mention Alana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. That's what I said. Okay. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. Yeah, just let me study this whole case in 5 minutes. I'd better take a good look at this file. Oh boy. To be continued. Right now. Okay. Yes, please save everything. Let's save over here. Boom. Alright, trial ladder. Day 3. Second part of the trial. Neat. February 24, District Court, courtroom number 9. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Emma didn't come back. Allow me to call the next witnesses and wait. Emma, she just ran off. What the hell? Okay. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh god, this dude. Bro. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man. Same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. You talk normally, please, sir. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Oh, I know. You're a patrolman. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before. Okay. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? Desperado soul is as boundless as the desert sands. Bruh, can you not talk like this? No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English. Yes, thank you, Judge. Okay. Day of the crime. My job was to keep a wary eye on the bone orca. God damn. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Oh man, that's your whole testimony? I'm gonna throw you under the bus, boy. Okay, I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. Okay, I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Okay, wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful. He's not that good with machines or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses. Now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, here's all yours. Okay, I got it. Day of the crime. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone archer. Okay. How exactly do you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still. Even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who entered the recordings. Okay. You enter them? I'm not sure what that means. Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. Oh, entered is varying. Okay. Makes sense now. Okay. Okay. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. 6 hours? Each time I erased a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. Are you sure about that? This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So, in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. Okay, they said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? And you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force. So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime? Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. Haven't been in that crib in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? Yeah, I don't know. So is the room protected by 2 security systems anyway? Pressing. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course, back in the day my locker was a goldmine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. That's quite incredible. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too. At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon. Okay. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Oh. Okay. Not even angels take lunches can beat the parlor's bongo golisipia pasta. Okay. What the hell do you mean to tell us? You abandon your police duties to eat some noodles? Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. Okay. That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson. That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says. Do you now want to race this year? Okay. Just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall? That's right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Oh, I'll draw, boy. I'll draw. I'll draw hard on you. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card on my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it though, I'd better up the ante. What? Do I have to do something else before? I was just gonna use it. Yeah, I'm gonna save, I guess. Okay. I'm just gonna use it. I don't know what else to do. Sending some trouble, man. Out of ammo. I'm not out of ammo, boy. Partner. Ooh, wait, partner. I have something. For you. Wait, I can check this. Oh boy. Incident number SL9? Nah, that's not a number. Okay. Close. Perpetrator Joe Dark. Crime serial murder, sentence death. Victims Edward Jones, Edith Kirby, Jeff Bates, Jason Knight, Rachel Moss, Neil Marshall. Neil Marshall? Oh, Jake has something to do with this. Head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Witnesses Lana Sky and Emma Sky. Witnesses Investigation Task Force. Executive Investigators Damon Gant, Lana Sky. Head Investigator Bruce Goodman, Investigator Jake Marshall, and Angel Star. Everyone's here, okay. Everyone is here. And Neil Marshall. That's a name to remember. Okay. Who's Neil? Or Neil? Neil, right? Neil, not Neil. Neil. Neil Armstrong. Neil. Neil? I don't know. Is it written the same way? Yes, it is. Neil Patrick Harris. Neil Armstrong. Neil Marshall. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. Okay, it's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. Once a month? It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, the fingerprints were covered in blood. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the crime scene? The blood was wiped away, however. A luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall, it seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the bloodstained fingerprints? Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints found at the scene of the crime. Okay. Bloodstained fingerprints. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. Nah, there was... Yeah, we have the video. There was a thing inside of it at the end that wasn't in the beginning. Okay. That was the first thing I saw in the video. Okay. The bloodstain and the fingerprints are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it. The witness explanation appears valid. Although, there's room for doubt. Wait, he was wearing gloves? What? Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. The glove things threw me off. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. This guy is hiding something, I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it. Okay. Bloodstained fingerprints. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. That's because you, how do you put it, pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? Wait, did I tell him the locker was... Which locker was it? Okay. Apparently. I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently his fingerprints data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. Found on a bloody handprint on Marshall's own locker. The print had been wiped. Okay. Okay. One of them just happened to be the same place as the bloodstained handprint. So then, what about the bloody handprint? Wasn't mine. It's no mystery. Please explain. My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened the murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Why? Unrelated? They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. See what you did? Okay. One's got to do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murder. Yeah, I got that. He's right, although seemingly alike, they're totally different. I'm super cereal, okay? I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. I know what it means, but I don't know how to say it. Homonyms. Okay. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? How do you know that? That was actually what I was thinking. I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a blood stain at the scene, though to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found in Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean, alright, he did try that, okay. We did do that. The murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? But why would he clean that one and not the other one, right? The picture? This seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. Oh, I think you're tearing yourself. I try to say bearing, but yeah. The security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. Oh, but it is though. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. What are you scolding me for? Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? I'm gonna press. What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime? Isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. Well, we don't know who that was. We never saw the face, so we don't know it wasn't you. But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can see. Yes, that's a blind spot. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. What the hell you want? We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now. I will after saving, but I know what to point out. You going down, Marshall. Okay. Show evidence. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread careful, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall. Yeah. We can skip all this. Oh, why is the music back? It was better without the music. They fight. Boom, boom, boom. There was nothing there still. And there's no one there. And pause. There it is. It's this thing. Boom. Slam it. Yes, slam that fucking table. Okay. Bringing our attention back to the security camera. It's a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Okay. Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Clearly? Exactly 8 words. You can clearly be seen in this video. Yeah, 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. Yeah, that locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witness, I believe. The witnesses, I believe? Yeah. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Oh my god, that wasn't there before. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait for it. Wait for it. Boom. Oh, the white cloth, it's gone. No, it's not gone. It appeared. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Order. It would seem hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. Yes, fingerprint lockers, dummy. Okay. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened the locker and stuck it in. No. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. I told you in the beginning. The lockers, the fingerprints. Okay. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? This guy isn't just plain dumb. He really doesn't know. Okay. I hate to rain in your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I called your bluff. You say I opened that locker. Now prove it. Yeah, the handprint system. Duh. Only assigned detective brains can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. Yep. Fingerprint sensor. We talked about this earlier today. Yeah. Dumb and deaf. Okay, the lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? Got him. What are you doing? I only got 1 word for you, partner. No. What? Order. Witness, explain yourself. If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Alea, please answer the question. What is he now, a bullfighter? Oh, that's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. We can? Have you look at these floor plans? There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right, the only possible conclusion. Hold on. Give me just a second. Alright. The only possible conclusion. Okay. Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? Here. Officer Marshall was standing right here. So Officer Meekins didn't notice him standing there. Wait, oh, I point the killer. Wait. Yeah, he was the... I'm confused. I think I should put the victim there? I'm not sure. I didn't think that was true. So Officer Meekins didn't notice him standing there? That's almost as credible as Meekins' warp theory. Your chamber's empty, partner. Better reload. Okay, yeah. I think I clicked the wrong thing. Okay. Now they're ganging up on me. Perhaps you should think a little more about where Officer Marshall was. Officer Meekins should have seen him in the evidence room. That means the only place he could have been would be... yeah, I'm gonna save. But I'm gonna put the victim now. Okay. Well then, let's hear it. Where was the Officer Marshall? He was here. Officer Marshall was standing right here. There, but that's where the victim Detective Goodman was. Correct, unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Yeah, that was what I meant to say, but I just... I don't know, I just mixed everything up. Okay, I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. May I point out though that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman? He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled a knife on me. Okay. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had had his ID card, wouldn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. He wasn't the same person as the card. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Oh, I get it. If he showed it, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? You got quite an imagination, partner. You got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He still denied it. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. This can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? Oh, thinking meme. It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside of the box. Okay. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. I'm not sure it follows. I follow with that. Why do you think this locker was open in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later, as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. Wait, is Edgeworth helping me? According to the defense argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opens his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that. He opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is the piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot. I'm gonna save just in case it throws me in an unsavable part. Okay. Yep. Very well. Let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why. Okay. Wait. I wanna rewind. Okay, it's fine. White cloth. Why would he put that? Is the white cloth the coat? It was bloody. Did hide the disguise in there? Or the knife? No, the knife. Okay. I'm gonna try with the disguise with the blood there. Right? I saw the blood clearly. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. What do you have to say to that? Alright, partner. You really want to know the reason I had to open my locker? Why? I could stuff you in there. Okay. I'm sure the world would be a better place with you sent off to the boneyard. Unfortunately, unsolved cases can be sorted in the evidence room. Now I'm an unsolved case. Something went wrong in the evidence room. Yeah, I know. I pressed the wrong thing. Okay, I tried to stop the video, but press the evidence thing. Okay. Going to the defense argument. Hold on, I'm just gonna load back because that's unfair. I was a misclick. That was unfortunate. I'm just gonna load it back. Okay. Yep. Okay. Skip all this nonsense. Here we go. Yep. And press the right button now. There. Stop. Rewind. There. That. Slam it. For some reason you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and enter the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat? You couldn't just walk out like that. So you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. Okay. Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now. Now would we? Okay. Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. Alright? It seems the time has come. Okay. Marshall's confession. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. Okay, so the supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. Okay. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. Press. When you say it, you mean... do you even have to ask, partner? The SL9 incident. 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transfer that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? Because he has a relative that got murdered, I think. Okay, that day was my last chance. That's why I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I plan to take out the evidence. Okay. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transfer, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera. And the detective's ID card? I stole it that morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out the lost item report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. Oh, I see. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself. But he could because a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. Okay, that means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's press on this. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a one-in-a-million type of person. He's taking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. I'll have to think a little more about his race this year. When did Edward get so much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. With me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? I don't know what to say. So you knocked Officer Meekins out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your code in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is, on that day, there wasn't any murder in the evidence room? Okay. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. Were you blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. Oh. What? Mr. Edward, where is that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. You're kinda suspicious because you've been there before. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense. This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. You can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I can't just forget a SL9 incident, you know why? Okay. Yeah, let's press on this. But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. Haha. But I feel it would wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to the case. I better take another look at the files. Yeah, I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by. Oh, that's it? Okay. Yeah. Okay, I think I know what to do. Let's save just in case anyway. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna present the SL9 thing here. It says you know why and it ends here. Okay. Yes, I do know why, buddy. Let me check if he has the title. The victims. Neil Marshall. Yep. Present. Here we go. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims, yes. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago. Oh. You received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right, he was killed. And the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you? He was my brother. Ooh. Sad music, okay. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, the then Deputy Chief of Police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed, at least according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Okay. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguised himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's got to be more than just that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky. Okay. But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. What? Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me these boys got the draw on you, partner. Okay. All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Starr is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Objection. That was not the word. Okay. I rest my case. It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time. He's proving the alleged murder at the police department. Oh boy. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. Oh boy. Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. Hold it. There we go. Who's mess? Emma. Your Honor. Wait. Emma. The defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right? What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor, in a sense? Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Redshore, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Okay. Alright. Thanks, Edgy. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings. Now she mentions it. The names of both Sky sisters were in that file. But that's when I figured it out. I mean what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found in Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examine it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again. So, did you find something? No. Well then, cool. Huh? Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Is that all? Please don't be mad, I'm just a high school student. And I'm just an attorney. But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh boy. Okay. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. In regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with the blood mark, Lana will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. If ever I've needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with the handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? I'm gonna save. Okay. Okay. Could there be something I'm missing? Objection. This handprint left. I was trying to see if there was something. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Was he using gloves on the tape? I don't remember. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Is it? Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood marks. The badger? Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use. Question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? Oh, see, it didn't let me save here. It's the dummy then, right? Yeah. This thing. What about that piece of plywood? The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force, defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here. So? He was blocking that locker that was... Yeah. So what happens when we put him in? This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well, what? Gasp. That's right, so long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. That's what you mean. I thought I thought it was. I thought it was because we couldn't see him putting that thing there. So you mean the blood print was happened some other time? Okay. What? Okay. So that means just exactly what does that mean? What does that that's a weird phrasing. I think it's wrong. I'm not sure. Okay. It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it in there. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. I'm gonna save. That's what I'm thinking through. Okay. Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in. Just one moment, I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, so you're saying it was either Edgeworth or the 777 guy, right? That's what we're saying then? Blood was spilled not once, but twice. But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Yup, Officer Meekins had cut his hand from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time... Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. Stop slamming the poor desk. Okay, so then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? Hold up. Time to save Reno. Okay. To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right, the blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well. Then tell us, when did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented. Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place? When? This thing? This. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card. Oh, the ID card record. Yeah. Officer Meekins brought the blue badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be edgy. 440. Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done? I know what I figured. You had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope. I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. Well, Meekins failed to do that. Yes, but not Marshall, because that thing was on the way already. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. Okay. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Wright entered the evidence room. Let's look at the chart again. Yes, the 7 of 420. There's only one other card number remaining. 7. Talk about a lucky number. Okay, but wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room, since there's no record of his card being used beforehand? He must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 7. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 77777. That's 17 too many, Your Honor. Was it? I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 7777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Oh, Gant, buddy. Okay. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. But that's ridiculous. Just how? I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. Okay. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you a question. Yes? No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana? Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number and it's not 7777. Don't blame me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SL9 incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Okay. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least I did. Lana, I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look at me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to do in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana, even if it involved forging evidence. Oh boy. The T. Okay. Awkward? See, that's what I'm talking about. No. No. Order, 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 order! Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos. Oh, I have to wait until the following day. Okay, I skipped something. Okay. Yeah, it was too chaotic, so they had to stop it. Okay. To be continued. Okay. Well, forgery has been proven. Oh boy, this case is getting spicy. Okay. Save your progress. Nice. We're gonna save that here. Here? Yes, here. Wait, ladder. Former. Here. Yeah, okay. Investigation. Day 3 investigation. Okay. So yeah, it got delayed to next day. But we're gonna call it here. I'm gonna go back to the menu here. And no, I don't want to see anything. No, no, no. Nope. I refuse. I refuse. I'm out. Okay. Alright. Okay, this case just keeps on going and going. Okay. But yeah. That was good. That was some good progress, a lot of drama, and gladfully I didn't get stuck this time. Unlike the other, like the last 2 streams that I had to go to a walkthrough, you know, at some parts. This one wasn't that bad, somehow, but yeah. Yep, that's gonna be it for today, and yeah, next stream on next Saturday. I don't know how close we are to the end. It seems like we're like, I don't know. It could take a while longer. This is way longer than I thought it would be. I researched back before I started. I think it said it took like 22 or something like that hours to finish the game. This is like what, the 12th stream, I think. So we're like over 35 hours, I would say. So yeah, that's a lot longer than 22, that's for sure. I can math. Okay. But yeah, this is not ending. Okay. But yeah, I'm liking the case though. It's complex, but I'm liking it. I hope I remember all of this for next time. But yeah. Oh boy. Alright. That was good. I like that. Anyway, I'm gonna be calling it here. And yep. That was it. And yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's it. I forgot what I was about to say. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna be calling it here. Thank you to everyone that was here. Emma, any lurkers. And thank you for watching this on YouTube. And tomorrow Sunday I'll be back on Twitch with the last live stream of the weekend. with Uncharted, and maybe I'll finish that. Maybe I'll get the platinum tomorrow. I don't know, but I'm probably gonna finish the speedrun part at least, and then maybe proceed with the clearing of the other minor trophies. Maybe I can get to the platinum then. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, tomorrow on Twitch, Uncharted. So yeah. Okay, but yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone, and I hope you have a good day, good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye bye everyone. Bye.